Hello friends, Katie, Whole Health Fitness Coach. So I wanted to share with you a couple of movement tips here that you can use in the gym for your workouts, as well as in your day-to-day activities and your life in general. So two things I wanted to focus on, all in the hips here. Externally rotating, internally rotating, right? How does that apply and why? So first I want to focus on your hinge. Your hinge is your internal rotation. So anytime I'm setting up in a hinge or a squat, making sure my toes are driving forward. Imagine that you can trace a straight line right off of your toes. This is off of your second toe, not your big toe, because eventually that will churn you out. So if you notice that your feet are slightly churned in because you're tracing that imaginary line right off the second toe, that is okay. So your internal rotation in your hips, before you hinge, I want you to really bring focus into rotating. Pull those hips inward. So if you notice and watch my knees, you can almost see how they churn in. And again, that rotation's not coming through the knees, it's coming through the hip, which is automatically rotating things in just slightly. So rotate in, pulling those hips inward. You're gonna send your hips back. This is going to fire your glutes and hamstrings in a whole new way. Core is tight, back is flat, same strong movement patterns, but we're just bringing more attention here to the hips, bringing it right back up to standing. So showing from the side here, same thing. Toes lined up, strong alignment, straight line right off of the second toes. I'm going to pull inwards through the hips, drive my bottom back. Everything here, I have no weights in hand. Everything is on fire because my attention is on that internal rotation. One other tip here in your hinge, something that I strongly recommend avoiding, is that thrust that you often see. Maybe you do yourself. I've been guilty of it in the past as well. But that thrust, we feel like we're getting something out of that. We're not. We want to stay back chain dominant. We're really strong here. Here. We are so strong here. So there is no reason to tuck the hips under. This is actually going to reinforce some really poor movement patterns. Notice when I'm standing and my hips and bottom are back and behind, my chest is lifted, how strong I stand. Now watch as everything just kind of tucks and dumps the moment I pull my bottom under. So if you're holding your barbell, your dumbbells, kettlebell, whatever you're holding in your hinge, rotate in, hips back, bottom back. You can bring it up to standing really strong, but I want you to stop here. Keep the bottom behind. You can still get that little squeeze in the glutes and know we love that. We're just not here. So again, we're avoiding this. Instead, you're going to rotate in, bring it up, and stop. Notice again, my bottom stays behind. Your squat, this is the second of the two here. So your squat, same thing. Now we're gonna focus on your external rotation. Same thing with your toes, drawing that little line right off the second toes. You're going to rotate out. So the moment I start to focus on an external rotation, it automatically kind of pushes my butt back and behind. That's what we want, because now that sets me up to lower into my squat. My toes are forward, knees driving out, and then I come right back up to standing, again, avoiding that thrust. So from the side here, and I typically squat a little more narrow. Some people I know you're more wide. There's no right or wrong. I'm not gonna correct that, but again, I just want you to focus on the hips here as you build this strong foundation. So hips driving out, this drives my knees out, sending my bottom back, and then lowering into my squat all the way up to standing. So I encourage you, pay more attention, squat, rotate out, hinge, rotate in. Add that in to your workout routine, into your movements around the house, whether it's doing, laundry, you're bending down, you're cleaning the floors, the toilet, like whatever you're doing, but bring that awareness into how you are moving. And I would suggest at the gym, before loading weight onto your squat in your hinge, do a couple of reps. I would get in like maybe a full set before adding any sort of weight with this new awareness with that rotation in and the rotation out. Get in some reps, get in a little bit of body weight practice before loading super heavy, okay? If you have any questions, please let me know. I would love to hear from you. I hope this helps. Hope you found this useful, helpful. Always stay moving. Have a wonderful day.